Again, this shouldn't... Oh, is he fighting now? Oh, looks like he's finally engaged someone. He's slowing him down at least. They don't want to fight him. They're like, back off, back off. There's a guy out here. He's got a pole arm, and we don't know what to do with it. That's kind of hilarious that he seems to be throwing their entire plan out the window there just by, I don't know, being a guy with a pole arm. I think it would be amazing if he took everyone down. They are really just ignoring him and slowing down. All right, well, here's the actual army that I really want. So once this gets out here, I'm not super worried about the end result because I've got way more men. And I got crossbowmen in position now as these guys start running across. That's going to be bad times for those brigands. Oh, look, one of those brigands groups is coming right for me, so I'll send in a couple of my two brigands groups against their brigands group, and then, okay, let's see, go. Oh, and he has fallen. Oh, terrible story of the one-man army that was not. Hey everybody, Masticon here. Welcome to episode 13 of our Shibboleth series in Manor Lords, where we're going to fight some bandits that have been long awaited. We're going to see if we can build out some of our previous areas and get fully into our rock making, rock gathering, rock stone making. Yeah, whatever that is. That's what we're going to do today. So let's play some Manor Lords. So as we're jumping back in here, we are going to go ahead and take a look around at our developing city in Cuillin. Cuillin is in a pretty good spot overall, and so it is developing. We have lots of space. We got some empty burgage plots, so we're just going to expand out and be ready for Cuillin to grow and become a larger city overall. It is doing quite well. We do have kind of all of the essential initial building pieces, and so now it's just a matter of flushing out. We're going to go ahead and build in some more burgage plots here, just so we are prepared for what the future may hold, and be able to fill this out. So that'll cover us for quite an amount of time once those get built. We are going to have to look at upgrading our storehouse here. We do not currently have what we need to do that, and it is getting pretty close to full. So once we get some more out of our saw pit here, that's good. I do probably need to drop down my timber storage just so I can make sure that I'm still processing from the saw pit. And since I have so many free people, I can drop one into the logging camp here. I can make sure I have someone back in the hunting camp. We are getting in towards winter, but things are looking pretty good overall. We do have about 7 months of food, but we do need to get these burgage plots up and going in the near future. We still do have people traveling pretty far to try to set things up over by our stonemasons. So we are going to up the quantity here, or up the priority of these additional houses, because we don't want them to disappear. And that is where we want things to be focused currently. We do have our livestock here, but we do not have our one cow. We do not have enough to get a second one, and we're already outside of kind of the plowing planting season. Oh, nope, there's still one working there, so we'll let him do his thing. Well done. He can finish up, as it looks like we are almost done there. At that point, our region should be pretty stable. We can go ahead and look back in Trussenbuck, where things are definitely moving along. We have a fair amount of money, cash in hand here. We have our malt house going and our weaver's workshop, so we can put someone in there to start to process those goods. And we can go ahead and get some of our burgage plots, some more of our burgage plots upgraded. This is kind of our powerhouse region right now. It's kind of funding everything else we're doing. We have a good amount of money in the bank. on one side, so everything's going. We have plenty of food, plenty of fuel, so nothing to worry about here. We just kind of want to make sure we're continuing to progress and handle everything that's coming in. Our mining pit is at capped, or has its 3 people in there, and we're going to do a quick swap over to Gambesons because we aren't really in a position where we can upgrade anything significant yet. So some Gambesons to go on our archers is probably not a bad idea. Rather than trying to jump up and upgrade, we still have to upgrade the church. We have to get the ale house going. So there's definitely some work to be done before it's really worth building up here. All right, over in Clenau, let's see. We run into, yep, that storehouse is definitely getting full. So we definitely need to get that moving along and upgraded in the near future. Everybody is off building something else. We can pull our cow off of here for now. Do want to make sure he goes back in by next year, and that we have those going there. But first off, we need to get some money into our pocket before we can really get that, kind of on autopilot. We are hitting our move-ins, which is very nice, and that continues to be a success there. I think I'm just going to kind of get in some... Sometimes these roads don't do exactly what you want, so you got to really aim them just right and get it right where you want it. I'm just going to take it all the way over here, I think. And then I'll make a nice little triangle in the middle for I don't know what. I don't know if I'll ever put anything in there, but nice little triangle. Kind of wish we had some stuff I could put in a little park and, some more cosmetic kind of stuff. Now, in order to get all of that, the rye up there processed, we are going to need to get our malt house and bakery going. So we do need to see some upgrades happening there. But this region is progressing. We can see out here, we are getting that quarry now has people on it, so we can start harvesting, and we probably need to start building out there a little bit once we get all of these spaces built in. We are down to 6 months of food out here, but that should be plenty of time for the mushrooms to come back in on the other side. I am wondering what is happening here. Are we just stuck without the livestock? Again, this region has not really sold anything yet, so it is a little livestock starved. I could really use a bunch more oxen, and really to do that, I'm going to need to start selling off some rocks. Rocks are really going to be what's going to push this region along. And actually, I'll probably be selling off mortar too, just because there's no way I need that much mortar for things to happen. You'll notice here now that we're further in, we're moving up into higher speeds of play. Early on, when you're kind of detailing, trying to get everything lined up perfectly, it definitely makes more sense to go at a slower rate. But kind of once things are progressing, going up to the 4 times speed every once in a while, I think is fine. We definitely have rye growing in multiple places here, which is exactly what we want, and that really does set us up good for the future. So we do need to work on getting the windmill going. Currently, under the current system, I vastly prefer having a baker to using the communal bakery. That is going to change in the new edition, where in the new update, when you won't be able to build bakeries unless you have a level 3 plot. So frequently, we're just going to be going ahead and dropping off one of these. We're going to end up using communal ovens for a while until we can get the Burgage plots fully upgraded. So we're moving into December. It is getting cold now, but we have plenty of extra Burgage plots for all of our move-ins, and everything is sitting pretty well. We're at that 58% approval, so no real worries. We do not have a lot of extra workers currently. Oh no, we have a lot of extra workers in Clenau right now, and so it's probably worth getting some people figuring out exactly where we want them assigned. We are dropping in this windmill, so we're going to have someone there. We also still can't handle that that storehouse. It's only got 2 planks right now, and I need 16. Looks like I should have those available now. Why isn't it showing? Oh, may need to close and reopen this. Remember that. Can't just sit there waiting for it. It won't change in the middle if you have the thing. So that'll now give me the space that I need to be able to actually handle everything I have going on. My quarry is doing great quarry things, and it's time to start building out over here as well. So, some things I'm going to need. First off, I'm going to need to be able to process and make mortar, and I'm going to want a stonemason out here, and then eventually I'm probably going to need a storehouse out here as well. This may even just become an entire little new segment of the town with all of the necessary pieces out there as well. With this going on, I do need to start trying to trade some stuff. Because of when I started this, I did not have a lot of money. I am kind of stuck in a moderately dangerous position without a lot of money. I don't have a trading horse, so it's going to be slow to get the money going here. But I really didn't want to wait another couple months just to get that process moving along. Back in Trussenbuck, I am going to kind of make sure I have all of the oxen I need to kind of fill out all of my spaces. The nice thing is it's not like you're paying ongoing cost for those, so making sure you have them all in the right place is a important thing to do. It looks like everything out there is going pretty well. You will notice our raiders are ticking down, so in not too long we're going to have to deal with the raiders coming in, and that is going to be an interesting fight. You can also see here we have a lot of upgraded space. We have all three of our farms in, and things are progressing, and we're definitely getting a lot of really good items in for as far as food goes. So food is not a concern out there. Food is still a concern over in Cuillin, unfortunately. We are relying on those mushrooms. Hopefully that will take us through the winter. It seems like we should be able to be fine. Once that comes out the other side, we can get the mushrooms again, and we'll be able to continue to progress. Now, unfortunately, because of how far away this stone node is, it's going to take a long time to get kind of anything built out here. So this is going to take dragging a lot of stuff. People have to go really far. Eventually, I'm going to want actual houses out here so the workers can work directly. One thing I know I need to do is I need to go through and kind of reprioritize all the workers again to make sure that they're all in the right space. I haven't done that yet, and it needs to is going to need to happen in both towns at some point. In the future, I'll probably have an episode where all I do is reorganize the workers and say, this house works here, this house works there, and get everyone right close to their home. You can see everyone coming out there to build. Fortunately, I have a whole lot of extra builders, so it's not a huge time commitment to get them to go out and work on that. I do keep getting these warnings about logging camps and having enough logs. One thing I may consider at some point is just building a few extra logging camps and not having anyone at it, just for the storage. That way, I have sufficient storage going on. I was thinking of dropping one here and just kind of moving this one, or yeah, I guess I think I'll just throw one out there and see about expanding there. All right, we do have to actually buy our cabbage seeds here. Hadn't done that yet, so we should go ahead and do that. I am running at that 20% tax here, which is pretty heavy, but it is really my only source of money, and I do need the money coming in for various expenditures that may be on the horizon.
This is heavier than it looks.
All right, are we finally getting anything built out there? The next thing we're going to do is just set up some houses out here, just to have a handful for the future, because we're going to need all those workers to have somewhere to go. We'll probably make these all be chicken houses. Not really worth putting pigs, because I really do want these guys working pretty much around the clock, because they're just printing money for me. So we'll get a nice little row of houses out there at some point. I do want to get the other building pieces here first, but it does give something to do in the meantime. We are into January now, still have 4 months of food, so I'm not concerned about making it through this year in particular. We do need to worry about getting an upgrade because by the next year, we're definitely by January going to want to make sure that we have a bakery in place. So things are pretty successful here in Clanau. It is definitely working about how we want it to. Question is it time to move into... Oh, we still have our single retinue here. He has not yet figured out anything, really. He has not figured out anything. Still can't disband him, can't do anything with him. My plan is when those raiders come, I'm going to send him out first and see if he can take on all of the raiders. I do want to go ahead and build up these walls and gates. That's kind of one of the core ideas here, is at each of these bridge passings, I want to have a set of walls and gates. So take a look here while I mess around with the castle planner and try to figure out the best way to do this. By the way, pay close attention here to how that bridge is shaped, because I have clearly done this wrong. My entire wall is facing the wrong direction. So be really careful about that when you were building, because you're going to discover here this is not actually how I want it. So let's try that again, building from scratch here. Maybe I'll actually build it like on the bridge this time. Needless to say, the castle planner here is awkward and a little rough at best. Hey, look, I finally got it built in the right direction. Alright, with that done, we're going to go ahead and see how long it takes them to build that. Unfortunately, it's going to slow down anything else this region does, because it takes a lot of stuff to carry all the way over here. Well, that took a long time. Fortunately, the game is paused during that, so I don't have to worry about having missed anything important in the meantime, like this eventual work on my storehouse, or the lime kiln, or my stonemason station, which are all moving along very, very slowly. Ooh, I was going to drop a well over here. Unfortunately, there is not a lot of water nearby, which is kind of unfortunate. Not much in that higher elevation up there for water. I guess I'm going to have them go kind of on a big trek to get water. And drop one down here, I guess? Or do I just put it over? Probably just put it over by the road, but that's a pretty long walk, which is too bad for them, I guess. That'll get built eventually here. I'm hoping with my 6 available builders, we'll be able to do a lot of building. One thing about entering Castle Planner is when you leave Castle Planner, you drop out of Fast Forward. So make sure to set your speed back, otherwise you will not understand that suddenly everything is going much slower. Now, the reason I want this storehouse here is this is not going to be a selling storehouse. It's going to be a storing storehouse where I can put things that I do not want up for sale, generally speaking. So for stone and mortar and things like that I don't need to go to the marketplace, those can basically be stored in this storehouse instead. I do love that even though I built them roads, they're still convinced that walking through the field is the right way. Yeah, not sure what to do about that one. We are still hitting our move-ins, which is great. Still seeing that growth. We do need to get some of these burgage plots built before we run out of space, which is always a concern, especially with how far away they are. It is quite a haul to go get the logs for out there. And we can see them starting to put together our little bridge here. Does not look like it's going to be ready in time for the raiders because it takes so long for these to build, but it is kind of a late game nicety, not an early game necessity. We do have our trading post here with lots of great things moving through, which is a good position to be in. All in all, this region is doing pretty well. Look at all that food. Look at all of those items. So many great things. We have plenty of hoods, of helms for people. So everything seems to be progressing just fine. We don't have a lot of spare builders right now. We're not getting people in that quickly. We are also doing absolutely fine on our tools. So, and with all of our mail armor, with our helms kind of capped out, we're going to go ahead and move on to mail armor to make sure we get armor for everybody. We do have our 2 crossbow militia squads, which is nice. That kind of is a lot of power right there, but we're going to have to rely on mercenaries because I don't think what we have alone is necessarily sufficient. We do have our stonemason station here, so we can start producing some of that nice dressed stone, which we can then go ahead and sell and start cashing in. We do actually have some money in Clanau now, which is a much better position to be in. This little road here is just important for people going to work, so we want to make sure we have that available for them as well. Oh, we need to set up our trade here. We're going to be getting, let's see, no, we're going to be sending. First off, we need to send. And the initial thing we want to work on in sending, we want to get crossbows over there so they can build out their crossbowmen. And we're going to trade back for some dressed stone, because that'll allow me to upgrade my walls down here to stone walls at some point. There's really no limit to the amount of dressed stone I'm going to end up wanting, because it takes so much to get that going. Now, it is also my money maker, so I do want to make sure I'm exporting it as well. So we'll just make sure I'm doing both of those things. Also need to make sure we have somebody set up to make that trade, because without a person there, it's not going to happen. It's like everything currently is upgraded that needs to be. Oh, we got some of our new houses down there that can upgrade as well. But again, everybody's kind of busy over on the other side. So while they're working on that, while they're working on the river fort, I don't really want to distract them with other things at this point. Not saying I won't eventually, but right now that is not really my highest priority. So now we're just gonna kind of race through a few things and get ready for the fight that is impending, because our raiders are near. And oh look, we are making ale. Yay, ale. You know what I just realized? I'm not sure that I have. Oh, tools. Oh, they never got tools out there. Am I out of tools? I don't think I'm out of tools yet. Maybe we'll make sure we build up a reserve of tools first. Rather than sending over crossbows, let's send over some tools for a bit. I do wish you could kind of just set up some overall this and that and things and set numbers on this. The lack of the ability to set up numbers here is really an interesting problem. Where are my tools? Tools. There we go. Pretty funny. It took me 5 days to find tools in the trades there. I do have 7 unused people right now, so I definitely have a lot of workers that I'm going to be able to dump into all these places once things really get going. And again, that will vastly increase the available funds that I have. Alright, we got that. We got the lime kiln done. We've got the Burgage plot done, so we have empty space for people to move into, and that can continue progressing along. So let's see if we can get... We definitely want to be exporting mortar, and we can't yet. Let's see. I don't know that we can afford to trade our dressed stone. Can we get that? Oh yeah, we don't have a horse yet, so none of that. But we're just gonna hold on to 20 mortar and call that good, because at least that's something we can trade out slowly, but it'll get there. We do want the storehouse, and this is where we gotta set a bunch of stuff up. What do we want going here? Number one, we don't need roof tiles, wood, tools. We do want rubble. And of those, I think the only thing we want here is rough stone. And that should be it. We don't want our military stuff stored here. I mean, it's fine. I guess I can leave it there. We don't need fuel. Well, I don't... Yeah, I think... I want wood, but not charcoal, because firewood is fine to store there and not sell. And here we go. Oh, raiders. Right. That was about to happen. We knew that was about to happen. Where are they coming in? They're coming in over here. All right. So the first thing I absolutely want to do is send in my one retinue to see if he can take them all on. That is my biggest goal, is that maybe he can have himself a fight. We got, it looks like 2 units of raiders coming in. We're probably going to have to hire some mercenaries. We could probably take them with what we have, but I don't really want to lose a bunch of bowmen. And we can pretty easily just grab... shoot, do we even want to grab anything? Where's that coming in? That's coming in... Oh, that's coming in right there. That's not terrible. It's a little far away, but in-run lock, that should be okay. Yeah. Oh, there's 3 over there. That's not 2. 3 is and 2 are not the same number at all. All right. So we are going to go ahead and have to pull in some brigands, and you know, while we're at it, we might as well just take the Battle Brothers, and that should be plenty. I don't need to worry about the bowmen. That's not necessarily worth it. So they're all down here. I'm going to have to run them up, get them into that fight as well as quickly as possible. Hopefully they can get here before the raiders do. Yeah, we're just going to take them and send them all way up. Let's get them right up here. Where are those raiders going? Okay. Where is One Punch Man? Where's my One Punch Man? He's not going to go across the river that way. He's got to come down and around if he wants to do that. Okay, important thing here. We do have our mushrooms back at this point, and because it is, you know, far enough into the year now that they are growing again in March, so we want to make sure that we are gathering those. We're continuing to build up the houses for spots for new move-ins, so all of that is going well, and we're just going to wait for everything to settle in for our fight with the bandits. I am going to move this out of here. I think this space is better served with Burgage plots, so I'm just going to go ahead and slide these over to the other side where we already have everything. It's going to take some time to move that stuff, but, you know, it'll get there eventually. It's too bad that's so far away from being built, because if it was built, then I could just set up there and fight the bandits, and that would be kind of fun. We can see our area over here is developing along. I am going to try to up the, let's see, yeah, I got 2 on the quarry now because I have 1 on the stonemason station. So I should be gaining a fair amount of stuff out of there. I just want to make sure that I don't have too many people gathering the stuff we don't need. And but at some point we'll have enough to be able to put all these in. I'm not going to upgrade this yet. Eventually I'll want to, but building the houses is a more important piece overall. Well, these guys are coming pretty fast here. All right, we're going to send in our one man army, and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully he can handle it. Probably need to call my other folks out. Just, get ready in case that battle is necessary. Oh, wow, they're already down here, and he is not engaging them. Come on, fight. Fight. Come on. You can take them all out. It's you against the world. Ideally, I actually just kind of want this guy to die so I can rebuild the retinue because it won't let me disband him. They are ignoring him, it looks like, and coming straight in, which is not the plan I had hoped for at all. Again, this shouldn't... Oh, is he fighting now? Oh, looks like he's finally engaged someone. He's slowing him down, at least. They don't want to fight him. They're like, back off, back off. There's a guy out here. He's got a pole arm, and we don't know what to do with it. That's kind of hilarious that he seems to be throwing their entire plan out the window there just by, I don't know, being a guy with a pole arm. I think it would be amazing if he took everyone down. They are really just ignoring him and slowing down. All right, well, here's the actual army that I really want. So once this gets out here, I'm not super worried about the end result because I've got way more men. And I got crossbowmen in position now as these guys start running across. That's going to be bad times for those brigands. Oh, look, one of those brigands groups is coming right for me, so I'll send in a couple of my two brigands groups against their brigand group, and then, okay, let's see, go. Oh, and he has fallen. Oh, terrible story of the one-man army that was not, and it looks like now they're not crossing the bridge, but I'm still shooting at them, so that's, always fun. These crossbowmen really are pretty effective. I can't wait to be able to do this with everything built out right here. I think that's going to be amazing. In the meantime, though, everything is going incredibly our way because we outnumber them 8 billion to 1, and not really a big problem as far as that fight goes. Yeah, we're actually just tell them to fire into combat. I don't care if I hit, they're not my men. They're mercenaries. Just shoot at them because, we're all right. We did win the other fight, and this one is, basically almost over. Probably didn't need all those people, but for how little gold it is, just to be safe, is probably overdid it. And there we go. First group is broken. Second group is broken. I can go ahead and disband all of these, and I can disband these. And most importantly now, I can rebuild my retinue, which I have wanted to do for a long time, but that bug was getting in the way. Now I have nobody in it. It is disbanded. I can now re-recruit all the way up and have a full 12-man retinue, which is fantastic. That is expensive. Probably not the best use of all that money, but I like having a strong retinue. Really does kind of form a strong center for any fights you're going to have. And we are all the way up in May now. We can see these houses still being built, starting to get people moving in, and people working in the kiln. Got the storehouse functioning, and let's see, probably need some more people in this storehouse because I'm going to turn off dressed stone, rubble stone, mortar, and rough stone here because I don't want any of those things going in there. I'm also going to turn off firewood. This may be inefficient, but I don't even have anyone getting firewood right now. Where am I at? Am I almost out of fire? I probably... let's see. How am I doing on this? Firewood seems fine. Right now, it's food that's actually our shortest piece. So that's currently our biggest concern. All right, we are gaining some money, so that's great. We would love to be able to get this dressed stone trade route at 50. We are at 50. And I can't click the button. Probably need to close out of it and go back in. But Oh well. Okay. All right, mushrooms. We are harvesting those. That is working the way we want it to. Farmhouse is doing good. We do have our windmill. Gonna need to put someone in there, but not for like another few months. So it's not really an immediate concern. I can see all of our farm workers doing a great job out here, producing lots of food. We're getting low on some houses. Unfortunately, we still have those logs there getting in the way, so we can't actually build this out just yet. At some point, we'd like to drop those in. Maybe I can get a couple. Everything in Tressenbuck seems to be going really well. We're bringing in money. We're doing well. We are kind of at this point where we're kind of staying about the same amount of money because of taxation. So that's kind of a nice balancing point. At some point I hope to make more, kind of get that money higher. But we still have a lot to bring over here. It's a lot of logs to get that. It just takes a long time to build any of that stuff. So you kind of don't want to do it until you're really ready to let your town just slow down. Probably good on tools. Let's see. Now I do want to start getting the plate armor so I can put that. You don't need a ton of plate armor, but having a backup set is not bad. It's also something you can sell a lot of. Garbage, animal produce, fruit. Fruit is going to be a thing that I'm going to want to deal with. Definitely going to want to put in a couple of farms. So I wonder if I can get a good farm over here at all. For orchards, not farms. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It's going to be a big orchard. But orchards are pretty effective, and even at decent size, they can really bring in a lot. They're expensive to get going, but money's not the struggle point right here. Hey, we got that tavern upgraded finally. Probably gonna need to upgrade it further. Finally have the tavern built, so that's a nice position to be in, where things are actually progressing. It's March. Question is, do I want to go ahead and build out here right now? It's got fish. I'm sitting on about 600 gold. Could pretty easily drop something right about there. So I think it may be time to just go ahead and build out in another region. Again, I need these 3 regions to kind of build at the bridge points for protection. So I think what we're going to see is next episode, I'm going to go ahead and build that out. I do really need to get something upgraded here because I don't have, I don't have a church. I needed a church. That's something I should probably get building on. That is my delay point right now, is I don't have a church to be able to upgrade anything. And I should upgrade that well, because that well is not going to cover everybody right now, even with the other one I have. Yeah, church. Forgot about that. Kind of important. People care about that, huh? Yeah, we can just kind of drop this on the edge of the marketplace, uptown church there. It is going to take him a while to build, but I do need to, in order to get that bakery going, I need to get an upgraded plot, so that's kind of a necessity, and I have all the other pieces are currently, in place for that. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. In the future, next month, maybe we'll look at building out into into a new zone. So look forward to seeing you, and thanks for watching.